You've stretched your back, your hamstrings, your shoulders. You've never once touched the muscle that actually holds your stress. Almost no one has. Fewer than 1 in 100 ever release it on purpose. Not because it's hard, because nobody told them it's there. It sits deeper than any stretch reaches, against your spine, behind your organs. It's the muscle that curls you into a ball when you brace, the muscle of the flinch. In a stressed life, it never lets go. It's been clenched since you were a child. You feel it without knowing. The lower back that never quite loosens. The sleep that stays shallow. The breath that won't drop past your chest. You blame your mattress, your age, your posture. It was never any of those. It was this. It's called the psoas. Psoas, the deepest muscle in your body. And here's what should stop you cold. It runs right past the 2 glands that flood you with the chemistry of fear. It's why you can't release it by stretching, and why 99% who try fail. Before we finish, you'll feel the exact spot where yours is holding on. Tonight. While it stays clenched, your body reads one message on a loop. Danger. And danger held for years is linked to your cells aging faster. A $60 billion industry sells you that calm in a bottle. Your body releases it for free, through this one muscle before you sleep. Tell me your age and where you're watching from. I read them. Notice the front of your hips, deep inside. Tight? Most of you can't feel it yet. You will. Deep in your torso, not the abs you see, deeper. A thick band runs from your lower spine, through the pelvis, to the top of your thigh. One each side. That's the psoas, the core of your core. It is the only muscle that joins your spine to your legs. Every step you take, it fires. Every time you stand, it holds you upright. You have leaned on it your whole life and never once felt it. That's why it hides. A muscle this deep never asks for attention. It just keeps its grip. It has one ancient job. When you're threatened, it fires, pulling you into the protective crouch, the brace. For our ancestors, that lasted seconds. The threat passed, the muscle let go. Yours never gets the all clear. The deadlines don't end, so it stays short, for decades. Then we sit, hips folded all day, locking it in the exact position stress already puts it. 2 forces, 1 muscle, for years. Drop your shoulders once. That's surface stress, easy to find, easy to drop. The psoas is the opposite, deep, silent. It never drops on its own. The psoas runs right past your kidneys, and on top of each kidney sits a small gland, the adrenal. Its job? To flood you with adrenaline and cortisol, the chemistry of fear. 5,000 years ago, healers tied the emotion of fear to this exact spot. The kidneys were the seat of dread, of survival, of the will to keep going. No microscopes, no word for the hormone. They placed fear precisely where the fear chemistry is made, and where your deepest brace lives. I'm not saying they knew the biology. I'm saying the map landed on the truth. The muscle that braces and the gland that triggers the brace. Neighbors, an inch apart. So why does almost no one release it? The answer is the opposite of what every stretching video tells you. That's next. Here's the stake passed tonight. A body held in this brace keeps the fear chemistry elevated. Your nervous system stays switched on long after the threat is gone. And chronically elevated stress hormones are linked to faster cellular aging, measured in the protective caps on your DNA. The clenched psoas isn't just tight. It's part of the loop that's aging you. And why do 99% fail? They treat it like a stiff muscle. They yank it into a lunge. They force. It doesn't work. The psoas isn't guarding because it's tight. It's guarding because your nervous system still thinks there's a threat. Pull harder and it grips back harder. It reads force as danger. You can't stretch a muscle into safety. You have to signal safety through the vagus nerve, reached by one specific way of breathing. The 1% who release this muscle don't force it, they breathe it loose. That's the whole secret. So if you've never been able to relax on command, this is why. The muscle holding you can't hear words, it only hears the breath, not weakness. Nobody handed you the switch. Until now. One muscle, one sequence. The way the 1% do it. First, you open the switch. Then the muscle lets go on its own. Lie down. Knees bent, feet flat. One hand on your belly. Let the floor take your full weight. Nothing to hold up now. In through the nose, 4 counts. Belly pushes the hand up, not the chest. Now the part that flips the switch. Breathe out longer than you breathed in. 6 counts. 8 if you can. The long exhale is the all clear. It tells the vagus the threat is over. 4 in, 8 out. Again. In for 4. Out, slow, for 8. One more. You're unlocking the door before you open it. Breath lower than a minute ago? That's your nervous system leaving alarm in real time. Now, keeping that long exhale, let one leg slide slowly straight along the floor, slow as honey. You'll feel a deep pull in the front of the hip, near the spine. That's the psoas, lengthening for the first time in years. Don't chase it. Don't force it. Release on the exhale, not the effort. Hold it there and breathe out into it twice. Then draw the knee back. Switch legs. Slide it out, slow, long breath out. Feel the difference between the two sides. One always holds more than the other. The final hold is where the muscle stops fighting you completely. Most people quit 10 seconds early. Don't. Both knees to your chest, arms wrapped. The exact shape the psoas pulls you into when you brace. We go there on purpose, then let go. Breathe in. On a long exhale, lower the legs slowly toward the floor, lengthening fully. Let them drift down at the speed of the breath, not faster. Where did you feel it most? Left hip? Right? Deep at the spine? That spot is your stress, mapped. Remember it. Almost no one alive has felt that on purpose. You're now in the 1%. Tonight, you'll breathe lower. You may sleep deeper than you have in months. That's the brace releasing its grip. A week of this before sleep, and it stops re-clenching overnight. Your lower back eases. The morning stiffness fades. You stand taller without trying. 30 days. The brace is no longer your default. You don't try to relax, you return to it. The shallow breath becomes a deep one. The flinch loses its hold. And the stake comes due. Drain this muscle nightly, and you stop feeding the chronic stress chemistry linked to faster aging. You didn't just release a muscle, you turned off a signal that was aging you. One honest word. This releases stress-held tension in a muscle. It's not a diagnosis or a cure. If pain is sharp, persistent, or new, see a real doctor. This sits alongside that, never instead of it. Which side held on harder, left or right? Could you feel it at all on the first try? Type it. Your answer tells you how long your body's been bracing. If you felt even 1 inch of that muscle let go, subscribe. This channel finds the old maps and proves the ones that hold up. The breath that unlocked it, the long exhale, the vagus switch. There's a whole hidden system behind why it works. I decoded it in the video on screen now. Watch it next, while your body's still this quiet.